All right, it's another day working on the van. I've kind of lost my voice, so I apologize for the audio. But today we're going to work on putting some lights on our new front bumper. And to do that, we picked out a set of KC Slim Light LEDs, 6-inch. But to manage it, we're going to do something a little bit different. So instead of putting a switch on the dash, we're going to install a Garmin power switch, which is going to go inside of the engine bay on this plate that we've already installed. All right, welcome to another episode of The Road Ahead. In a previous episode, we installed our winch bumper and our winch on our Sprinter van. And then we purchased some lights to put on there, but we want to have a way to control it that isn't another switch, because running wires into the cab to have another switch. So what we did was we found the Garmin power switch, and what it does is it remotely connects to your phone through a Wi-Fi signal, and you can control up to 6 inputs from the power switch. They will allow you to turn on lights of various kinds. You have about 100 amps that you can run through the switch, so it's pretty powerful. So it'll take LEDs, so it'll take these front driving lights that we're going to put on. It'll take rock lights, which we're eventually going to install. It'll take ditch lights, and then if you have a light bar someplace else, it'll allow you to do that as well. And if you plan it in different spaces in the van, which, going backwards, I wish I had thought about this earlier. I would have used it to control the exterior lights and the rear lights, because you can do it all from your phone. So it's a pretty neat setup. It shouldn't take very long. So let's go through what that comes in the box. So in the box, you get the power switch itself. And then if you take the cover off, you see where everything comes in. So you have a power lead here, you've got a ground, and then you have your inputs, 6 of them. It also comes with 2 control leads. And what those control leads do is you can bring switch power specifically to those leads, and then you can program the system to kind of turn different things on based off of those control leads, which is pretty cool, and it's a very functional thing. So also in the kit, you get a ground wire, and you get a main power cable that has a 125 amp inline fuse in it. And this we're going to connect to the battery stud that we put in place for the winch. And then we're going to connect the ground wire to the chassis ground, and that'll ground that box out and allow us to start doing some inputs. So we'll go ahead and get that installed pretty fast, and then we'll show you where we are. All right, so we just installed the main power wire and the ground to the Garmin power switch, and then we're going to mount this switch to the plate and then make the connections to the power post that we use for the winch, and then the ground to the chassis ground post, which is right above it. All right, so we've got it hooked up, and this is what it looks like. So we have this switch mounted to the plate, and then the main power switch goes down to our power post, and then we're just using the chassis ground to ground the box. So with that, what we're going to do is we're going to connect the lights to the front bumper, and then we'll bring a power wire up to connect to the switch, and then we'll show you how we configure the phone. So we got the lights installed. They're pretty simple. They just mount to the holes in the bumper with a bolt and a nut and a lock washer. And then the KC lights come with a wiring harness with waterproof connectors, and we just made those connectors. Now that wiring harness that comes is designed for a switch. It comes with all of this. So we cut that off because all we needed were the 2 wires that go to the switch itself, which are a power wire and then the ground. And so you can see the box mounted, and there are a couple ways to activate it. So you can test your circuit by pressing the button and then the light should come on. So we're going to do that right now. It's pushing the circuit number 1. You can see that the light is on there. And then we have lights there, and that gives you a chance to test it. So I wanted white lights because I wanted both things, driving lights, but I also bought amber covers so that I can put amber covers on it if it's foggy or if it's snowy outside. And then it has the normal black covers that go over it to protect the lens. So instead of ordering just a strictly amber light, I wanted driving lights too. I had these on my Jeep. I really like them. I've been very impressed with them, so we put them on the van. So let's get the phone, and we'll open the app. So the Garmin comes with its own app, and that's how you can set up and control things. All right, so I downloaded the app from the App Store, and to pair it to my phone, we got to push the pair button, which is right there, and you got to hold it until the LED light blinks blue. And then you can see that it says connecting. It's going to ask you to pair. So you pair. And now the phone and the device are paired. So here is our number 1 switch. And if we turn it on, you can see that the number 1 light comes on. And then our lights are on. And then you turn it off. And then the light is off. And these lights are off. So it makes it really simple to just have this, since I always have my phone connected to the vehicle and it's sitting right in front of me. It makes turning the lights on and off and everything pretty simple. Plus, if I want to have lights, especially like around camp, and we want some different lights on the vehicle to come on, I simply can control them with this switch. So it's pretty cool. I'm super excited about it. So there's some configuration stuff where you can label it and make it do different things, and we'll get to that later once we get a few other inputs into it. But for right now, I'm pretty happy. So that was the Garmin power switch, and then just some quick KC Highlight Slimline 6-inch LED lights for the van. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Dan from Ramblin' Ambition, and we'll see you next time.